I just realized I forgot to show you how to label. Remember, I did show you the whole adjust the bars thing, but labeling. So, let's say again, we're going to stick with the key of C, so you pick your chord there. So, I'm just going to go back to the A5 chord. And if you want to double up a chord, that's fine. That is fine. So, just enter in the numbers there, and then you're going to hit the letter A. You hit the letter A, that brings up this chord box or this chord diagram. So it will automatically enter in the chord that you're doing. So we're doing just basic power chord stuff here. It'll put in the correct chord name so long as you put in the right fret numbers. So that'll be on there. Now, one thing I always recommend turning off in order to avoid a bunch of clutter at the top of the page. Display diagram. By default, that is on. I always turn that off, again, because I don't want a bunch of clutter at the top of the page. It just looks gross to me. If you don't mind it, you don't have to turn it off. But definitely want display name on. So yeah, you hit the letter A, brings up the chord box, and just hit enter and you're good. And then you're going to hit the letter T. The letter T for the text box. And that's where you enter the Roman numeral. So basically just following what is shown on your image of the scale information with the two strings showing the color-coded stuff with all the Roman numerals in there. So you're just going to match it. Alright, now let's say you went down to an F5 here. So you put in the 1 and the 3 like that. Hit the letter A, brings up the text box. Hit enter. Hit the letter T for the text box. And then when you look at your image, your sheet with the scale info, it says 4, Roman numeral 4, where that F is. So we put that in, boom. So there you got a 6, 5, 6, 4 progression to start. So I'm not saying you have to do that specific one. Whatever two chords you like the sound of, you're going to do. Play it first, though. That's another thing. Common mistake students make here. When doing things like this, people will just look at the sheet or or the Guitar Pro file that we're working on, and they'll just type in a chord, and then they'll move on. They'll type in the chord, and then they'll move on without ever playing it. Play it. As I have told people before, we are learning to play guitar, not Guitar Pro. So just keep that in mind. Try the chord first. And so, whatever you end up doing, play the A5 to G5 and then something else. If you like the way that next chord sounds, then you put that in. If you didn't really care for the way that chord sounded following the G5, don't put that one in. Even though you could, because it fits the key, we don't want to just put in any random chord for the hell of it. I want you to find something you like the sound of. So that's part of the creative writing idea. I want you to like it too. So, any questions, let me know, and I will see you again next week.